Hi guys, welcome back to Decorating Happily Ever After. I'm Jeffrey Kevin. Today I've set a sweet Valentine's tablescape. I'm using lots of ruby red glassware, vintage style Valentine plates, and do you guys remember these? Well, I sure do. When I was a kid I loved them, but you just don't see the frou-frou Valentine chocolate boxes anymore, so I made my own. Stay till the end and I'll have a link for my video so you can see how to make you one too. So let's look around the table. For this Valentine's tablescape, I'm using a red tablecloth, and I'm also going to use my whitewash chargers. I picked these up several years ago at Hobby Lobby. For the dinner plates, I have these scallop edge red plates. They have a little beaded design. I got these at a thrift store, but they're Pioneer Woman. I'm also using these sweet little Valentine salad plates. I got these at Hobby Lobby this year. They have the vintage style Valentines. This one has a little boy playing a saxophone, and the other ones have little girls on them, boys and girls. And I was almost out of Hobby Lobby safely without buying any dishes, but at the checkout I spotted those and I had to have them. And for extra cuteness, I'm going to be using my polka dot flatware with the red and white polka dots. I just love this flatware. I think it's so cute. It came from Jenny's. I'm going to be using my ruby red glasses. These were a thrift store find. And I also have these tumblers in the ruby. I found these at an estate sale along with the matching roly-poly pitcher. I'm also using ruby cup and saucers. Mother found these for me at a thrift store along with a punch bowl and some other ruby items. I've got my red cupcake stands. I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. For the dinner napkins, I have these little sweet pattern, the white with the pink and red hearts, with a little ruched red napkin ring. The dinner napkins were just a fabric that I picked up, I think at Walmart, and I made those myself. And I have a sweet little cupcake place card holder. I found these at the Dollar General store several years ago. For my centerpiece today, I'm using a rose topiary, and I didn't care for the little pot that it was in, so I've put it in a whitewash footed little planter. I thought that would have a romantical feel for Valentine's. And on each side, I've used my ruby cake stands. These are Mosier, and I've just used these pretty little urns. They're reproductions, they're ruby too, and I filled them with some cherry little hearts. At this end of the table, I've got a little heart tray that I've set, and I've just put the sugar and creamer in ruby here on this corner. Around the table, I've laid some paper hearts. I thought they sort of went nicely with the vintage vibe. So if you don't have a Valentine's tablecloth, just get you some paper hearts in pink or red or white, whatever contrasts with your tablecloth, and stroll them around the table, and voila, you've got a Valentine tablecloth. Here you can see the little girl. She's got her microphone. He looks like the little vintage cards from the 1950s or 60s. And I had a collection of these. I think maybe the old cards, I picked them up at a thrift store or an estate sale. But unfortunately, when the kids were little, they wanted to take them to school and give them out, and for some reason I let them. But anyway, I saved out just a few, and I think I have 3 here on the table that I saved out. This is one of them here with a little boy and girl. I saved that one out, and then I also saved this one out, but I have a few that they didn't take off with them. But I'm sure I'll find some more one of these days. I have lots of the Victorian style. And also on the table, I've strewn around some little glittery style hearts. There's two kinds, the solid hearts, and then I also have the open hearts. I picked these up from Dollar Tree, and they had stems on them where you could put them in an arrangement, but I just clipped those off so I could strew them around the table. And of course, my favorite, my Valentine heart teapot. Mother found this for me several years ago, and I use it for every Valentine tablescape that I do. People always love it, and no wonder. I've never saw one like it. She got it at the thrift store. And at this corner, I've got my ruby red roly-poly pitcher. And I got it in an estate sale when I got the tumbler glasses. I have a big collection of ruby glass. I didn't have a place for the plates, but I have the dessert plates as well. Punch bowl. I've got lots of platters and bowls and different little compotes and that sort of thing. But they're very handy at Christmas, and I've collected the ruby for a long time. At this corner, I've got my square ruby cake stand, and I've put a giant cupcake on top. It's a little cookie jar. I think it's so sweet. Also, here under my candles, I've used these little, I guess they're wreaths to hang up, but I've cut the little hangers off of them. I got these at Dollar Tree, and they have hearts on them. And I've just used these two ruby red globes that I've put some little candles. I don't know if it shows up, but they're little Valentine candles that I got at Dollar Tree. So I've also used those on the table, and there's one on the other side here. Just to add a little more Valentine's, and they sort of had that vintage touch. Here at the back of the table, I have my little cupcake stand, and on it I have this sweet little vintage pitcher. I believe we found this at an estate sale, and I thought it was so cute. Pour your heart out. And like I said, I guess it's a creamer perhaps, I'm not sure, but I thought it was too cute. It probably, though, now that I think about it, had a little floral arrangement. You know how florists used to put arrangements in small little vases, kind of like FTD, Teleflora, that sort of thing. It was probably used for that, but I thought it was so cute. I had to have that. I have my vintage style chocolate box. Do you guys remember them? When I was a kid, I loved them. Every Valentine's Day, they would get out the chocolates and they would have these frou-frou boxes. Sometimes they were in red, sometimes they were in pink, and oh, I thought they were awesome. They would have them at Woolworths and the dime stores and the drug stores, and I would always have to go and look at them. And I would plead with Mother to get me one, and she was of course, practical and said, now you're just paying for the lace and the bows and the ruffles. Of course, she always got me one, but usually we got the frou-frou one after Valentine's Day when they marked it down. But I haven't saw them in a number of years. I actually looked them up online and they're kind of pricey, the vintage ones, but I made this one myself. I have the video link coming up at the end of this video, so check it out. I will tell you, I don't think I mentioned it on the video, it was a lot of work. I think it took about 4 hours. But anyway, I'll keep that one from year to year, and next year all I've got to do is get a box of chocolates and pop it in. And I'll just reuse it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Be sure and subscribe to my channel, Decorating Happily Ever After, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a video. Be sure and check out my video on how to make a vintage style Valentine candy box. I'm Jeffrey Kevin, hoping that you have a happy Valentine's. Bye bye now.